Didn't see that one coming.
SODO!
What's going on, SODO population? As always, I'm your host of Frozen Stratos, and we gotta talk about the absolute bombshell that the SODO blog dropped on us this week. But before that, we have a brand new set that I'm sure is gonna raise a bunch of red flags, and it did for me. Let's talk about that first. This is the brand new SODO Kamen Rider Saber Desast set, or Resurrection Transformation Going Desast. I don't know. This is the Resurrection Desast set, and it does not come with all you see here. It kind of does, but we'll talk about it. Now, this is hot off the heels of his reveal that we're going to be getting a Kamen Rider Desast at all, and it's going to be showing up in SODO Outsiders, or no, in Outsiders, but it's going to be showing up in SODO based off of that form. And it looks good, but it's a premium set. As you can tell by the uppity looking images, this is another retail one, and it's... Alright, we'll talk about it. So, yeah, this is the new figure itself. I'd say it looks really, really good. And I heard a lot of discussion going around about this guy, like, hey, this should have been retail. You know what, to a degree, I agree with you. Really wish this was something that was retail, but as we are in whatever economic situation SODO is in right now, I'm not surprised this got pushed to premium. But you are getting some decent stuff for your money, specifically because this is an upgraded body, so it doesn't seem like they reused any parts here, and honestly, I don't know if they could have. A lot of the parts that I'm sure were reused on the actual suit itself probably couldn't have translated over here. So this is, you know, an upgraded body. So you'll see Saber right here. The ball joints on the hips, those are way more prominent. And then they made an effort to, you know, smooth those over, come Revice, and that's rippled into the line we have now with Geats, and those changes are now on Kamen Rider Desast. So we are getting a bit of, you know, an upgrade there in that regard. So I do appreciate it. I am very happy to see such a quick turnaround on this figure. I just, once again, we're all hoping this would be a retail release. Either way, check it out. We are getting an actual re-release, kind of. So it turns out the stars aligned, because if you remember a while ago, a long time ago, we got this fan vote where you can vote on past Rider series, past Rider figures to get re-released, and they made this big promise that, hey, if you vote on any of these figures to be re-released in the line, and they didn't specify premium or retail, but if you voted on this and they won, then they would be released with the same specification as they did when they came out. Turns out that was a bit of a lie, because this got updated for 2022. We now have paint in the back of the head. We now have paint on the arms and the legs instead of stickers. So they went in the right direction. They went up. They upgraded this thing. And since this is a premium item, they freaking better have. Because, like, this is premium. So it makes sense. And on top of that, guys, they've had this mold. They didn't need to do so much more footwork here. So yeah, they kind of had to raise the bar to some degree. And on top of that, these aren't the only extra details we're getting. We do have some extra stickers back here to really fill out that back plate area. We've got the teeth and the red and blue sort of book logo back there. It looks really good, at least with these preliminary images. On top of that, We have brand new option hands. The only thing not upgraded across the board about both of these figures is that they have the longer peg for the hand. You can see that right here on the, that top picture there. You have the longer peg that SODO Saber was known for. So any of the hands you're getting in this set, they're going to be compatible with any of your other Saber figures. So that compatibility is pretty good, especially if you have the other Desast and you want to put these on the other one, but then you'll have this one as long as you have this set. I don't know, whatever you want to do. There are two versions of this book holding hand, one closed, one opened. Doesn't say the music because that's not what SODO does. On top of that, we have another extra hand that's like turned out so that you can have it for sword wielding. It looks great. We have another waist piece here. If you remember all the way, I think it was SODO Book 7. No, Revise 7. They had another crotch piece that you could put Falchion on. But this is different, or at least the sticker is different, because this original Falchion one came with silver stickers, and the new one comes with red stickers for the belt piece to work with the Seiken sword driver. So yeah, that looks really good. Another improvement they made was to the sword. Now, they realized, hey, the sword in the show, it's just a cylinder, so we're going to extend that out and make it look good. You might remember this sort of upgrade from a very distinct Barlux set. Not that accessory, this one. Yeah, so Barlux, his sword had the the extended hilt, and they wanted to do pretty much the same thing here. And if you'll notice, this blog is getting a little, like, revelatory of the past. That's because something else is building up here in the background, and it kind of sucks. But we're moving on. That's not all we're getting in this set. We also have, well, we don't have the figure. We don't have, well, what's his name again? This wind guy. I'll remember it eventually. But yeah, so we have a sticker and accessory upgrade set for this figure. We don't get a re-release of this figure, which, good, because no one voted for it, so I'm glad they didn't just throw it in. But we did get an upgrade set for this guy. One of the significant upgrades here is, once again, they've gone the other way when, like, oh shoot, we made it the first time, but it was too long. Now we're shortening them. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I agree with this change as long as it's accurate. And now you can have them paired up looking really good with each other. And on top of that, you have back stickers. So, man, that collar looks like it's going to be a mess, but you know what? They're providing it. That's nice. I appreciate it. Like, it'll really complement the figure you got before. So this is what it looks like from book 4 on the left, and then this new set is going to really, really, flesh out a lot of those details. So I appreciate this look. Anyway, here's all you're getting. You're getting the two figures, the sticker set, and on top of that, here are all the accessories included in the box. You'll notice that they've doubled up on a lot of the hands. That's because, you need one for Desast and one for Kamen Rider Desast. The only one that isn't shared between the two is the bent hand. That bent hand is actually colored specifically for Kamen Rider Desast. So Kamen Rider Desast has black plastic, and regular Desast that is molded in gunmetal gray. I don't know if your eye can see the difference here, but it's the two sets of the closed and open hands on the left. That one's regular Desast, and then the rest of the hands, those are Kamen Rider Desast. And they also noted that these colors are so similar that you wouldn't be blamed if you wanted to use this one for Desast, if you wanted to. So, and it's a really good hand, because it works on pretty much any of your riders. That's why you have the long stem ball joint compatibility. I just think it's a really good inclusion. And anyway, this set, let's see, this set is already up for pre-order right now, and I believe it's going to run you 69, nice, 100 yen. Oh boy, for 2 figures and a pile of accessories. Yeah, all right. That's almost like, you know, what, 7,000 yen. You know, you have tax and all that stuff on top of it. I'm sure Toku Electables has it up now, but if they don't, you know, it's gonna be really expensive, guys. I don't have any other good information for. Oh yeah, it's $100. Wait, hold on. This is $100 on Toku Electables. It comes with less stuff than the Geats Laser Boost set, and it's the same price. That sucks. That really sucks. Oh man, wow. Oh, it's really just setting in for me right now. That's not a good price. I get this is a brand new mold, but you've also got Desast bringing up the rear. You've got I don't know, man. You get 2 display stands. Hooey, $100. Wow, this sucks. I don't know. It's up to your discretion. I'm still evaluating on if I can even, like, if it's a responsible thing to buy all 3 of these sets. For me, for my money. Anyway, that's about it for this. Now let's get on to, not that thing, this. It turns out during this blog, this was G-Man's last blog. If you don't know who that is, we make reference to him all the time. He's the one that's been running SODO, like mainline SODO, from the middle of Geo all the way to now. And it's been, for him, 4 years. Across around 166 blogs and an immeasurable amount of action figures. Let's see. He says, I've been able to enjoy working every day, and I've been able to write a long blog. That seems like I'm aiming for my graduation thesis because I love Rider. I would like to express my gratitude to you all, to all of you once again, and let's conclude this graduation thesis with a thank you very much. Wow, we haven't had a changing of the guard in so long that I just sort of assumed that G-Man would be here for a long time to come. Not once did I think we'd be leaving him behind, and I don't know. It's a comforting name to see, and he's made such a name for himself with this blog. We saw it earlier, the Heisei board, like that. He made that for us. He made that because he wanted to. It's been pure fun all the way through. We've gotten some really weird stuff, guys. We've gotten some weird stuff. Like we had the Shinkenger Rekadaizanto in this line. And I believe that was under his watch. We owe a lot to him, his team, and everyone working on that. He's made the line incredible, and he's been running it for the past 4 years. Typically, we only see people head up this stuff for about a year until they move on. But this is the first guy that, like, sort of stuck with us. Well, I don't want to say first, because it turns out the person coming in to replace him is D-Man. Yeah, so he's moving from Kamen Rider SODO Chronicle to mainline SODO. And he already had, he was working on the second half of Build and Geo, and then G-Man took over. Now that G-Man's moving on and graduating, he's moving away from SODO Chronicle into this line. So we are still in good hands. We do still have a familiar face, and I'm so happy about that. We can talk about that in a bit, but massive props. They probably don't watch it, but thank you so much, G-Man, for your tenure as mainline SODO guy. Now, it's been such an incredible line to witness under his purview. Now, does any of that have anything to do with the delays in SODO, all that and whatnot? I don't know. Who's to say? That really has more to do with their business structure and however long. I don't want to speculate that far in advance, or into their business inner workings. Perhaps it played a factor, perhaps not. But these last few weeks have been, in my mind, sort of fumbles for this line. But I do still want to remember G-Man for this incredible body of work that we have here. Now, to be fair, it's not just him. It takes a village, but under his purview, we got all this, and I am grateful. Anyway, like I said, D-Man is moving into the role of, the mainline guy. That means that he's graduating from SODO Chronicle. Even though the line is a Reiwa, has been coming out in the Reiwa era, he has been working on a lot of Heisei projects, so it is kind of weird that now he is finally changing into Reiwa. It's interesting, right? Because D-Man was also in charge of Shodo Double Cross and Shodo O, but they didn't say anything about that. Nothing was said about... So I don't know what his position is going to look like now. Is it going to still be Shodo Double Cross and Shodo O? What's going on with those lines? We don't know. But at the very least, we know that someone named Goro-kun is going to be heading up the SODO Chronicles series from here on in. And next week, we are getting new SODO Chronicle information. And it's... we just got SODO Forze revealed. That's not even in our hands yet, and we're getting new information. So I'm interested to see what's going to be going on with SODO going forward. I hope good things are to come, because, I love this line, man. It sucks to see it in the place it's at right now, and especially with all this changing of guard, a lot could get lost in the shuffle, but I really hope we'll be seeing some good out of Candy Toy very soon. Once again, and D-Man knows this too, one of the core tenets of Candy Toy is that it's cheap. It's made for kids' pocket money. The reason they made them with the candies is that food isn't taxed in Japan. They said this themselves. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. Food isn't taxed in Japan, and since there's food in there, it wouldn't be taxed, so the price on the box is what you're paying, and it's made exactly for kids' pocket change, and it sucks that it's been straying away from that. I hope that we get back to where, SODO, Shodo, Yudo, all that should be. Anyways, that's it for this week. It was pretty heavy. I wasn't expecting to go this long, especially since... the Desast portion of it didn't have too many images, but here we are. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't had your fill just yet, in this nearly 20-minute long video, I also have this video for you as well. We didn't touch on Yudo this week, but we did last week, so definitely check out this video for basically the latest on the Yudo line. We haven't gotten anything about Yudo 2, but we have the first wave, and it looks really good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Keep it